Hi guys, I'm at my local Dollar Tree and I need to pick up a few things, so I will show you guys what I got when I come out. But before I go in, I just want to tell you guys it is wicked hot here today. It's 84 degrees and terribly humid, and we're just not really used to this weather in Maine. We don't get a ton of it, and it has been miserable. I spent the morning doing all my stuff that I normally do, cooking, cleaning up, laundry out on the clothesline, working the garden, and the last thing I wanted to do was drive downtown and do shopping. I don't like to shop in the first place, but what are you going to do? I need stuff. And so I'm here. But hopefully we don't get a thunder shower while I'm gone, because I have towels on the line, and you guys know what that's like. If the rain gets all over the towels, they can be dragging right on the ground when you get home, and you won't get them dried out for days. So hopefully that's not the case, because it does kind of feel hot and humid enough that, we could end up with a thunder shower. So, all right, I will go in here and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, here we are. I'll show you guys while I'm bagging as best as I can. I brought everything out to the pickup to bag because I find it way easier than trying to bag my stuff while somebody's in line waiting. I can just bail it into the cart as fast as the lady's ringing me up. Okay, so they had these organic tomato sauces. These are 15 ounce, and I grabbed 2 of those. Now my son was telling me we were almost out of pickles. He grabbed the last jar before I left, and I know that is over $4 a jar at the grocery store. I checked the ounces, it was 16 ounces. This is 17 ounce kosher spear. How can you beat that at $1.25? I know he'll tell me that's not my favorite brand, but with the prices of stuff, he will have to deal with it, and he's pretty good about that. Picked up some more straws. I usually go through about 1 package of straws a year. My son loves having straws on hand. My husband loves these pineapple tidbits fruit cups. Even though there's 3 to a pack, it still figures out cheaper than my grocery store brand that's 4 to a pack. So I like to keep those. They don't always have these, so I like to keep them when I find them. Okay, there's bag 1. Now I think I can set my bag here in the, like where your purse goes in the car while I bag. I'm trying to hold with one hand and bag. All right. They had the Bomb Equipment socks, which was an answer to my prayer. I had worn mine out that I had gotten several years ago, and they honestly were my favorite socks. They felt better than any other socks I own. I checked online to see if I could order some. Nobody had any, and Dollar Tree hadn't had them for years, and I said a simple prayer. I was like, Lord, I love those Bomb Equipment socks. This was my next trip into Dollar Tree, and they have them back. So if you guys got these a few years ago, run while they still have them. And then I picked up 3 of those microwave covers to go over plates. I was thinking that would save quite a bit on plastic wrap right now, because that's mainly what we use plastic wrap for, is like when we are covering stuff over to go into the microwave so it doesn't splatter all over and so that it heats evenly. I was out of wax paper. I grabbed one of those. When I ran out of wax paper, I made up the difference with parchment, so I was out of that too. My husband likes the English muffins pretty well. They're 25 cents cheaper than my grocery store. Then they had apple cider vinegar, which I am almost out of. This is a 23.6 ounce. And then the shelf-stable milk. This is 1 quart of whole milk. And I always get the whole, even though they offer whole 2% and 1%. I get the whole if they have it, because I can milk that down up to 4 times, you know, and still have like 1% for cooking. Vanilla pudding for a recipe I'm making for the channel. Some of these to have in the freezer for when my son gets off the night shift. He likes to have something like this in case I had something for supper while he was working he doesn't like. He could just pop those into the microwave. And we don't have another store that carries these. I realize, like, if I get to Super Walmart in Bangor, they have them a lot cheaper, but we don't have another store that carries them. You can see I bring my cooler on hot days. That way, everything stays the way it needs to. These spring rolls, they haven't had those at my store in years. I say years, maybe it hasn't been quite that long, but it feels it. We love them, so I grabbed several of those just to have on hand if we're having like a stir fry. And then my husband loves these chocolate animal crackers to have in his lunchbox. And I am loving these lemon moon pies. I never had a moon pie, and I picked up a box of those lemon ones a couple weeks ago, and I loved it, and it lasted me all week. So I grabbed a chocolate one too. We're trying to keep our grocery prices down, and it's getting especially hard in the snack department. And at first, we just thought, well, we'll stop getting snacks. You know, that sounds reasonable. But I have a 19-year-old son who's hungry all the time, and he's always looking for snacks in between meals. And yes, he can get his own stuff, but he works long hours and doesn't go into town very often. So I thought, you know what? When I'm into Dollar Tree, why don't I just pick up a few inexpensive snack items to have on hand? And that's kind of like a happy medium. We're not overspending, but he still has snacks. And sometimes my husband and I still like to have a snack. And you guys know that watch the channel a lot that I do a lot of cooking from scratch, but it's so hot right now. So he likes these, my son. So I picked up 2 packages of the Duplex. Oreos are over $5 a package right now. It's just nuts, and I'm not doing that. Okay, Cheesy Whales. Can't beat that. You can't beat the macaroni, 25% more. Oh, I needed one of these sponge sticks for cleaning out canning jars. I can't get my hands in there. I don't normally like this iced tea mix, but I'm having my mother's birthday party at my house Wednesday, and I need some cold drink that people will drink. I'll make an unsweetened iced tea with fruit, but not everybody likes that to go along with that. Frank's Red Hot Wing Sauce, that's the kind I like on everything. I was almost out of my bottle. I just buy the little one. It takes me forever to use it up. Dried beans. I got red kidney. These are the best buy in my area on these. Pintos. I just had pinto beans for the first time last week, guys, and we loved them. Well, my husband wouldn't try them, but my son and I loved them. Great Northern beans and black beans. Excuse my messy pickup here. There's really no way to do this and not show you the full-on mess that I have. I share this vehicle with everybody in my family. My son has his own, but sometimes he still uses ours. 2 of these Hawaiian Breeze air fresheners. I don't know as if that's the best buy, but my mother wants her birthday party in my camper, and I just want to make sure it smells, you know, fresh in there. So that is what I grabbed while I'm in here. Okay, French fries. My husband wanted a bunch of fries. He usually tells me to get 10 bags. I think I only got 8, but they'll last a long time. Right in the cooler with all those. I made an iced coffee before I left the house out of some leftover coffee from this morning. A little sugar, a little milk, in my insulated Stanley thermos, so I don't have to get anything to drink. I did grab a flannel shirt, even though it's so hot, because in Maine the weather can change just like that, and you'll wish that you had. And I did pick myself up a little treat while I was in there. And don't fear, I keep plastic spoons in the pickup for picnicking and snacking while downtown, so I'm not tempted to go through the drive-thru. Okay guys, update. These do come with their own little spoon attached in the lid that you can pull off. It's not much of a spoon. I'm glad I had a plastic package of plastic spoons with me. But anyhow, there's the update. Another fun. And I really didn't care for the ice cream. I mean, it was nice because it was cold and it's such a hot day. But it just tasted overly sweet to me. I'm going to say where it's less fat. They probably made it up with sugar, but not my favorite. I gassed up about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and it was like, I think $101 when I gassed up. But I still have 332 miles to go on this tank of gas. I am at a half of a tank currently. And I'm really excited about that because we have been working really hard to consolidate our trips, stock up like I did today, and make sure we're getting enough while we're out that we're not having to turn around the next week and go again. And it has been obviously working for us. So, okay, that's my biggest grocery store here in town. The only other thing is like a small grocery store that's a little market. And this is after I drive 17 miles, guys. Other than that, I just have a little general store. So I won't be showing you my haul for in there because every time I do, I lose a bunch of subscribers. And I think it's because my grocery prices are so high. So I will just quickly tell you basically all I'm getting in there. Basically all I'm getting in there is the stuff that I need for my mother's birthday cake and the food that we're going to eat for her party. And then other than that, I need milk, butter, Cheese Whiz for my son's lunches, and that is it. Hi guys, lots of shortages today. I'm very glad I picked up everything I picked up into Dollar Tree. The pasta aisle was all picked over. There was hardly any choices there. I wanted some, you guys call them tortillas, I call them wraps for my son's lunch. All sold out except for these tiny little carb counter ones, which I didn't buy him. There's no point. He would just eat the whole thing at once and still be hungry. Whipping cream. I needed whipping cream for Mom's cake. I came down 2 weeks ago and could not find any whipping cream. I checked our small Walmart. I checked, I believe, the other little market. I don't think we came to Hannaford that day. None. So today, my number one reason, for coming down here is to get what I needed for Mom's party. No whipping cream. And if anybody wanted half and half cream, no half and half cream either. The cooler was just about empty. There was one brand of light cream in small containers or large containers, and that was it. So I've had to improvise on that and get like a thing of squirty whipped cream, which I wanted to layer whipped cream over the cake because it's a truffle cake. But I had to choose between Cool Whip, which is fake, No offense to anybody who likes Cool Whip, but my family just really doesn't care for that. Or the squirty cream. So we'll just have to squirt a little on each piece before we serve it. And that was $6 a can. Wow. Okay. Then, ice cream. I was going to pick up 1/2 gallon of ice cream because there's just going to be 6 of us. And alongside the cake, that would be plenty. I realize it's hot, but the ice cream aisle was cleaned out, like cleaned out. There was a few strange flavors, but I couldn't find anything like I knew that all 6 people would eat, and I wasn't going to get like 3 or 4 different kinds of ice cream. And even if I wanted to spend that kind of money, I wouldn't have the freezer space for it. So she's not going to have ice cream either. So this is the way it is. I don't know if you guys are still having shortages or not, but they've never really started. They've never really stopped for us, I mean to say, since the beginning of COVID. It's weird. It's like different stuff at different times, and you never know what it's going to be, but you want to be ready to substitute all the time. So it's like if you go in one store and they have what you want, even if you know you might be spending 20 cents more, you have a tendency to grab it because you might get to the next store and they won't have it, and we don't really have a lot of options. So that's been kind of weird. But anyway, okay, let's head home.